Alright guys, let's start this simulation session with a random date. We do not do cherry picking examples like other educators. We'll do real trading over here. 9th of October 2023. And we'll do EU and GU. And we've got this prop firm rules right now on FX replay, which is pretty cool. So we'll try to get that 8% target. Right, let's go to the monthly and start off with our higher time frame analysis. Okay, so what we've got over here, we've went into this monthly fair value gap. So this could be the place where price can go lower from. So we got to keep that in mind. Let's look at the weekly. We did have a strong rejection candle, the previous weekly candle. I would want to trade above this high, but we can still reject off here as well. But based on this candle closure, it's not that good for higher. So on the minimum, it's probably going to go back into the weekly fair value gap. So I think aiming for previous weekly low on DXY is probably the play. So we're going to keep our eyes on that one. Let's go to the daily. This is Monday. Yeah. So this is kind of difficult to see where we're going to go. We already took out previous weekly low. That was a draw initially. So we can go higher from the weekly fair value gap. So I think it's worth doing like a lower risk position at the start of the week to continue higher. This is the range we're working with. So we're in deep discount. I'm not too worried about this fair value gap here because we already took out the low. So any fair value gap that's still left over is typically used to get towards the draw. But if the draw is already hit, it's very likely to fail afterwards. Remember that one, by the way. Yeah, I think we literally can use this range here. We have these sell stops here on the 15 minute. We have a 1 hour key level. So what I'm basically going to do is wait for price to come here. I will put it on these lows. Yeah, so I definitely want to aim for this high here before we go lower. Just a little bit above it, poke above it, and then we have a 2R. We'll start off with half risk, so we'll do 1%, and this is a challenge, so I typically do the 2% on the first trade. So yeah, let's monitor how this goes, and maybe if we have a high FVG intraday, we can scale in. We got tagged. Oh my lord, look at that entry. That's a crazy entry. I'm not gonna lie. Like pip perfect entry, and I'm gonna go break even here because it makes no sense to go below this low anymore. Yeah, so it's still a relatively equal low. So I'm pretty confident this is still gonna run lower. So we're just gonna keep the TP over here. We'll close this one for 2R. I don't want to play with it. Yeah, perfect. That's the first trade. We're up 2%. Let's see if we can grab another 6 somewhere. Daily candles above the high. We just gotta wait on what it does right now. That's always what you gotta do when the draw liquidity has been taken out. It can always reverse or retrace. But in all honesty, it looks like it can just fly higher from here, but that's not a reason to buy. What you think is not what you want to trade. You want to trade your system, right? Okay, perfect. So we're capping off the weekly candles range on a Thursday, most likely. We have a big expansion. This is the Lagarde speech, I think we talked about earlier. This is not something we can trade right now, so the best play here is to just go and wait for Friday. Okay, so we're leaving equal highs on DXY, which means there's a very likelihood we're gonna do one more run lower. We do have an IFVG on the daily. I think that's worth a swing, like a swing type of setup. So if you're a swing trader, these things you would love to see, right? So we'll just do a half risk short position with a swing setup in mind. If you look at the monthly, we're in that fair value gap, right? There's a very likelihood that we can go lower from here, and this weekly candle did not show any willingness to trade towards this high. We can do one more run up because we have the equal highs and then drop. Yeah, it's already going lower, so we're removing the limit. The daily fair value gap might not get tagged at all, and we're at New York midnight opening right now. Don't like the Friday candle closure. We're probably gonna draw back into this daily fair value gap. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait how this fair value gap behaves, because it can also fail and then we continue lower, right? So this is definitely the play for me. So we're just gonna wait. So we tag it, we close within, see, and I'm not sure if it will hold, so we're gonna wait. This is not a good closure for like a good swing point, in my opinion. You would want to have a stronger closure, at least in the upper first quarter of the previous candle. This is just barely showing no displacement from this fair value gap. So I'm kind of feeling like this can just get violated and it will just continue lower. EU is most likely gonna go higher and DXY is gonna go lower, but I wanna, if we have an IFVG, I think we can short it because this looks like a proper rejection. And if we fail, this is the last area where price should go higher from. If we fail this fair value gap, we should honestly just drop, like literally. And there's a lot of low resistance liquidity down here. So that's definitely the play I want to go for. We have SMT on this high. That would be very nice. We did take out the low on DXY. No, we did not take out the high. So we have a strong high here. And then we don't have the IFEG yet, but the IFEG will confirm for me that it's not willing to go higher. And then we have a strong high here as well. I think honestly, because there's a BPR here, we can take the fair value gap and we can use this high here. There's no need to put it here because we already have a failure swing here. So that should not get taken out anyway. Maybe even lower. Let's see if we can we squeeze out a 3R? Okay, let's just put in an order. We'll do full risk here. This looks like a pretty solid setup. When you're doing this type of setup, in my opinion, an IFEG is on the 1 hour at least, not on the 15. On the 1 hour for intraday reversal, I think that's better. So yeah, let's see if we can get tagged. Okay, we get tagged here. It went into the fair value gap. And now we just need some displacement lower. We are getting it. We have a 1 hour fair value gap formed here as well. So I don't think price should come back here at all because we're already forming a new range. So I'm going to go break even. I don't want to play with that 2% here. And we're almost at target as well. So we might just pass this account in 2 trades. And that's kind of what you want to aim for if you're up with a buffer of 2%, risk 2% for a 1 to 3. Surely, right? Surely it's not going to run all the way higher from here. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of crazy. We almost passed the account. But the thing is, we can't move our TP because that was literally the target where we're going for. And I literally said it earlier as well. Like, I don't want to play with the low because there's still an FEG here, I think. Yeah, it was down here. So it's kind of unfortunate it's rejected earlier than that. But it's violating an SMT low. So it looks like we can actually switch up our bias here. Look at the 4 hour. That was very close, by the way, to passing it in 2 trades. It would have been awesome. This looks still bearish to me, honestly. Like it's not willing to go above this high. Now we have an intermediate term high formed as well. And we're already forming a new range. I think we can look for a continuation trade. Yeah. And I don't want to get liquidated here but based on SMT. That can happen as well. That's why I'm putting it a little bit wider. So let's place this order. Let's do 2%. So unfortunate we didn't hit TP there. Right, let's see if we can get tagged. This is a 1 hour time frame. You don't need a kill zone for 1 hour time frame, in my opinion. So okay, we get tagged here. Okay, so this daily candle is absolutely looking very nasty. But we're still respecting this down close candle. So it looks like we can still go higher. And this is all based that this is an intermediate term high, right? So it should stay intact. Okay, we're actually displacing. This is a good sign, by the way. So that's a previous 4 hour run, right? So previous 4 hour candle run into continuation. Do I want to scale in? No, because the entry is way too close for a scale in. So we're waiting for a larger range to form before we scale in. The scale in would have worked, but it's way too close to entry for my taste. So I would not scale in there. So I was right about this intermediate term high being a strong high and it's holding. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the daily. I think we can go for this low. If we have an IFEG on the daily as well being formed as we speak, if this closes, it's an IFEG. And then I can't see it go any higher anymore on DXY. So we should be on the right side of the curve here. Let's let it, okay, we're forming an FEG here. So we could scale in here. What we want to do, we're at plus 5% right now. A scale in to finish off the trade. Typically I go for 2R, but above 1R is fine. In my opinion. So let's do like a 0.5%. We only lose 500 in the end. Okay, we are very close to passing the account. We only need 1.3% now. We're removing this limit because this one does not get hit anymore. Do we want to I'm thinking, do we want to extend it just to finish off the challenge? Because 5.2, then we only need 800, so we might as well, right? We'll aim for a 3R. So if we just hit this, then we pass. And we'll go break even, obviously, because no way, Jose, we should take a loss here. This is the occasion where you turn your trade into a swing trade. We'll just look for another trade, right? We're very close though. We'll find another one. Like look at how clean we're finding these setups. Like there's no worries here. I could have secured 2.5R and then went for one more trade. That was probably the play. Okay, so what do we want to do? This looks like a bullish order block here for continuation higher. So actually purge the low, right? So we're going to flip bias here. And we're going to aim for this high. There's plenty of room here, by the way. Well, we're looking for sells anyway, because this needs to go higher. So this is actually very good. But I want to see where the high of the day forms, or low of the day on DXY. I think we formed it already. Yeah, we formed it already. So we can actually use this FEG here, and I want to short it because there's tons of lows down here, and as well this one. So this is a reaccumulation in the same area where it accumulated for higher. So this is a valid area where I want to short, and I'm gonna put it a little bit wider. I'm gonna actually put it all the way up here. And the reason is, if there's one more run up with SMT, I don't get caught in the bullshit, right? That's what we don't want to have. And we're gonna go again. We're just gonna see if this gives us the bread we need. And then we're almost finishing it up. Okay, we get tagged, drops. Don't want a reversal here. Tags it again. And we're in Asia session right now. Okay, this is beautiful. See, we find another setup. It's A-okay. It's A-okay. Go break even right now. I don't think I missed a draw, if I think about it, in this entire session. And it's purely based on where swing highs form, failure swings, premium discount, daily candle closures, right? So very important if you stick with that. So this daily candle definitely looks like we want to go for this low. Now we can do the same thing again. We can extend this TP to get our challenge passed. I think it's worth to do it again. Can we get a 6%? Might bite me in the ass, but I think we can go towards this low. I mean, come on, man. All these lows, that's what we want to aim for, surely, right? Surely we can go for this one. I think this is the logical low as well, because we took out this high here, and the low attached to it is this one. And if it takes me out break even again, we're just going to cry all together, because we're going to keep going. Yeah, I'm feeling like I need to cry. I'm going to cry again. Like, this fair value gap should hold, honestly, so we should still be good. Yeah, it's above the fair value gap. Was it a 2R again or no? Yeah, it was. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? We're trying to pass a challenge here, okay? Don't want to see a closure above here, ideally. This definitely, I don't even need a skill in here. This looks like it's gonna dump, and we're gonna go to the high. We'll go again. We'll go again. There's no reason to go back here though. Like, come on, man. I should have just taken the 2R again. But we'll keep going. Now I could have passed this challenge 2 trades ago. I actually wanna buy here, because this looks like a low risk buy, right? And then we go into market maker buy model, reversing from this low with SMT. I think it's actually worth. What's the time? It's Friday, so it would be a swing trade. This looks like it can go bearish though. If it closes like this, it's more a rejection. And we're still in that monthly fair value gap. I'm so scared of that monthly fair value gap. This looks like it can drop. We'll do it again. I'm gonna keep going for that 3R until we reach that profit target. We're gonna market execute this and hold over the weekend, because it's a swing type trade. Maybe we'll skill in to reach it a little bit quicker, but we're only gonna skill in if we're all the way up here, because I don't wanna risk getting the initial area getting taken out. Why is this the buy limit? I wanna market execute. Relative equal highs or low risk buy formed here. So this could have been a time frame alignment model, but we don't take the low risk buy, we take the next one, right? The first stage distribution. Okay, I don't like the consolidation, so it might. We're fine. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I have to change bias a lot. This is a very difficult price action, by the way. Like, this is just around in a range here. We should trade higher, but I want to see more than this. I don't want to scale in where we are right now. So we have a fair value gap here on the 4 hour. We might retrace back into that, but I don't expect it to go all the way down here. Okay, midnight opening. We're in the gap. So I only want to like see a small move below daily opening price. Or not even. That's also fine. This is pretty good. This indicates we're forming a new leg as well. Okay, we're very close. Are we going to pass it this time? I think we can go break even here. Yeah, I'm just going to let this run again. Like, it's the only thing I can do. I can't scale in right now. Or at the end, or at the start. Maybe New York session continuation. Guys, do I need to take, like, what is price? Honestly, like, I'm getting a little bit frustrated here. Like, why can't we hit a 3R? I'm gonna do a 2R now, literally. Like, I'm gonna stop with the 3R here. I would have had 3 wins in a row on 2R. That's why I said 2R is the holy grail for me. We're just trying to pass this challenge, and every time it just doesn't want to reach 3R. Do we have to switch bias again? Are we really gonna do that? I think we do, because we're IFEGing a 4 hour for value gap. This price action, man. Look at the daily. Let's look at the daily. This is what we got to deal with right now, right? And I'm just surprised we didn't take any losses in this type of price action. We're gonna go for this high again. We're gonna do it again. Like if you just take a proper premium setup or a discount when you're buying and identify the correct highs and lows, you should be fine. And you guys probably watching this, you're like, God damn it, man! Why are you not just taking the 2R, man? I'm milking it. We're dragging the simulation out to make it longer. Unlucky. But we're gonna do a 4-hour trade here again. We have this CSD OB. It puts that in a high, and we're gonna aim for the low again. There's a lot of lows here. Like, do I need to put it all the way on the high? Can we trim it a little bit? No, we'll just aim for the lows, and that's it. Man, how many shots do I need to take? All right. With the new daily candle. Do I want to take this? Or do I want to wait for a CSD? Oh, this daily closure is so bad. Okay, we're gonna remove the limit. We gotta be swift here. It doesn't matter. We'll take another one. Man, this price action is absolutely fucking difficult. I'm not lying to you guys here. We'll wait, see what it does. If it prints a low risk sell, then we'll go. But otherwise, we'll just wait a little bit. If we reject here, then yes. But this daily candle closure makes me not wanna buy it right now. This does not look like it's one. Yeah, exactly. Man, I have saved myself so many losses by reading price correctly here. But of course, price needs to take me out before I pass the challenge. What are we gonna do with this kind of daily candles and weekly candle? I think the weekly, if we close like this, it's ready to go. Don't want to buy in premium. So what we're gonna do again, we'll wait for discount, which is down here. Then we're gonna do a wider stop loss. Yeah, we should definitely not take out this current daily low. Again, we're just gonna wait. I want this to run higher, and for once, let us pass this challenge, right? I'm not gonna move stop loss. I'm gonna scale in for the last part, because we're aiming for this high here. So this is 4K, and I need 1K. So if there's a 1-to-1 and I'm up here, I'm gonna do that, like maybe DCA type of style. See, I'm taking a 2R trade right now. All right, we need one more, man. Just be honest. Like, how many trades have I called in the right direction? I don't think I have called any trade in the wrong direction here. And I waited and removed limits when it was not clear. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm very content with this simulation. Even if we don't pass the challenge, we're almost there. What is my win rate? Can I see that somewhere? Oh, no, not yet. Analytics, we'll do that at the end. Okay, we'll need one more 2R trade. We'll do 1% risk. We could have been done like 20 minutes ago, but I guess maybe it's good because you can actually see my entire thought process in every single daily candle. Okay, so draw on liquidity once again. We go back to this high. Look at what we had to deal with, by the way. Okay, so we're very close to draw on liquidity, but we're not gonna buying all the way up here. That makes no sense at all. So let's mark out our range. Gonna long discount. We're actually gonna wait for an IFEG. This FEG is too large. It's not like a clean POI to take a trade from, like something like this. You can just feed a continuation because it has to go down right here. Okay, maybe the next day. We should have a daily fair value gap, right? Yeah, pretty large one as well. This one should stay open, honestly. I don't think we should go there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna wait for a CSD OB or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do probably New York retracement or New York continuation. Well, let's see if London can drop here. I hope we form like a bearish FEG and then I make an IFEG. This is worth. If we tag this fair value gap, and we're gonna do a little bit of a wider stop. We'll do 1% risk because we're not gonna risk 2% here. Because if the draw is lower, we wanna have this FEG hold. We don't wanna have an entire retracement here. Let me think here. I don't like the rejection of the 4-hour fair value gap. Maybe wait one more daily candle. Might regret. Should I close it? I mean, I'm contemplating. We'll watch the lower time frame. We'll monitor the lower time frame. See how this behaves over here. We can dip in here, but we should definitely trade out of it straight away. Trade out of it. Doesn't trade out of it. Okay. It's only minus 300, so nothing too much that we'll lose here. So I'm just gonna exit early because I don't like it how it's forming right now. So we're just gonna exit this one. I don't want to play around with this kind of price action. And the start of the week anyway, so we'll see. If it wants to go all the way here and then reject again, that's also a possibility. Already took out previous weekly low as well. Okay, let's just see what price does here. If it goes higher, it's fine, but maybe a mistake, but I didn't like the price action at all. This is where I doubted myself, right? And that's not a good sign. We're gonna go with this FEG again, and we'll do a wider stop loss. Might not come back all the way down here, but we'll see. Nice consolidation. I love this. This makes it an A+ setup. We need to get in on discount. This is where we can scale in as well. If we close above the consolidation, we'll have the low set. This is a perfect AMD. Tagged. Perfect. Even if I kept it here, it was perfect. We're gonna look for continuation. If we're all the way up here, I'm gonna do one more skill in. Let's keep an eye on it. This is perfect AMD. Like I said earlier, this is like perfect. Like, just need an extended move higher right now. Right, of course. Price action starting to turn into something difficult again. I don't like this rejection. Could be a continuation purge for lower. So I'm gonna choose again to probably close it early. I don't want to take a full loss here. Yeah, again, I'm gonna do that. This is, I need to manage here because this does not look like a good reaction. Yeah, let's just let this play out. I'm gonna keep you on the daily, see how the daily candle is gonna close. Some tough ass price action here, not gonna lie. Yeah, this does not look good for higher. It's more likely it's gonna trade back into this fair value gap there right now. And there we can go higher from. That's still an area where we can look to go higher from. And I kind of want to short it because we had that continuation purge indicating a low risk sell. So at least we want to go back to a discount PDRA. Where do we want to short? If we're actually bearish, we short from this fair value gap. 2.6R. That's on 1% risk. This is exactly account pass again. Yeah, 1% sell limit. See if we can get something here. I like the lows that are being formed. They are low resistance. Okay, let's reevaluate it again. Let me think for a bit. We have an IFG on DXY, but the closure before it is not looking that handsome. 4H can run this low, and we should not go below this low. We have 3 drives. That's not something I like to see. I could do two things here. I can wait for a price to go back to discount on DXY and show a signature of higher for a bullish signature and then engage, or I just take this setup straight up. I think I'm gonna wait for a signature. No need to just sell it straight there. If it goes down, we'll have a signature. Well, let me mark up that 1 hour FEG, by the way. Yep. Now we get the signature. Because it ran multiple times, but we're not forming a new range. We hit it here. 1 hour CSDOB is about to be formed in the next 15 minutes. So I need to skip one 15-minute candle. We have an okay, we're gonna do this. We have an FEG here. We'll wait for the IFEG. And that should confirm price, just like we have over here. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we'll wait one more 1 hour. One more 1 hour candle. Okay, now we need to wait for a retracement. There's still opportunity to get in. There's a long way to go down here though. So 3.5R. This should be the high of the day. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, we'll try again. Getting exhausted, man. This is a tough session. Wouldn't pass this account like 3 times already. Please tag me. Okay, we get tagged. Maybe it's a loss even. Okay, I guess it's a loss. This gives us information as well. Because it obviously doesn't want to run higher then. And the thesis stands for lower on DXY then. But this confirms basically we're not gonna run back into the fair value gap. And now I need 3.7. We'll get there. We're in 58 minutes on this simulation, but it's okay. Yeah, we have this entire fair value gap here on the 4H. If we start to close above it, honestly, should be just prime time to go higher. This is 11 AM. Not gonna play with it here. I don't like this price action at all. Really struggling to think what I want to do here. This weekly high is still intact as well. I'm gonna wait. If we tag this here and we show a signature or an IFEG for higher, then we'll take that. Just gonna go straight up higher. That's fine as well. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. We can catch a continuation. 4 hours in an expansion phase, so 1 hour is most likely just gonna retrace and continue, which is good to know because the market cycle on the 4 hour is continuation or distribution. Let's do a 2% risk. See if we can get a retracement. I would say we I would say we passed because wow, that went fast, by the way. Like I said, 4 hours in an expansion phase. We're just gonna do a little retracement and use a 1 hour PD array. This is just perfect. It says 7. We passed, okay? $64 left. No, we passed. We passed, okay? It's over. All right, guys, I hope you liked this simulation session. We could have ended it a little bit earlier, but you've got like 1 hour full analysis on from top down with every explanation possible. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will do this every Sunday, or I try to do it every Sunday, and my camera just died, so that was perfect timing. All right, guys, I'll check you in the next video.